everyone, Chris, the old-ass retro gamer here. It's been quite a while since I've done a pickup video. I mentioned in the last pickup video that I did a while back that I was going to stop collecting for a short while because I was going to be going to GenCon, which is a board and card game convention that takes place in Indianapolis every year, and I needed to have money to spend there. Hotels are expensive. But sometimes things just don't go as planned. There were times where I happened to be at a store that had used games, and I would go over there and take a look, see what they had, and I would usually find something, and I'd say, well, it wouldn't hurt to get a couple of games. And then a couple would turn into about 10. And then I would do it again the next week. It's a vicious cycle. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. So I did manage to pick up some games before GenCon, and it turns out that I was able to get quite a few games at GenCon. So let's get into it. I do have everything separated out again into categories. I'm going to do the ones that I just picked up at stores or online, the ones that I picked up at GenCon, and then special circumstance games. So here are some of the Genesis games that I've picked up recently. In Sector X, which is a really cool shoot 'em up, you play as a guy like in a wasp suit with a ray gun, and you're killing giant bugs. Sounds weird. It's actually kind of fun. I did own this game once before, and I did show it off in a previous pickup video, but it was one of those greatest hits versions that comes in that cardboard package, and I don't like those. So if I can get the standard plastic case version, I'd rather have that on my shelf instead. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I love puzzle games. Columns 3. Why not? Bram Stoker's Dracula. Don't judge me. And for the Super Nintendo, I did manage to pick up a couple of really cool games. Indiana Jones's Greatest Adventures. If you've played Super Star Wars, Super Empire Strikes Back, Super Return of the Jedi, you have basically played this game, except this swaps out laser guns for a whip. And X-Men Mutant Apocalypse. It's a beat 'em up by Capcom. It's extremely hard, but it's Marvel, and it's awesome, and it's Capcom. Combination, win. Body Harvest. A system that I've really gotten into recently, even though I don't even own the system to play these games on, is the Sega CD. I had one back in the day, and I remember a lot of people gave it a lot of crap, but I always had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was very underrated. Yeah, there was a lot of crappy games, but you know what? I really do enjoy full-motion video games just because of the cheese factor. But there were a lot of games on the Sega CD that weren't FMV games that were awesome. Mortal Kombat, which is the exact same game as the Genesis version, but with better sound effects, better music. There's also the commercial that you used to see on television all the time where that kid screaming Mortal Kombat! To the sky, to the Mortal Kombat gods. Yeah, it's a pretty good game. Sylphid. It's a top-down vertical shooter that's really fun, kind of in this 3/4 view. Polygon graphics that are ugly as hell, but you know, for the time that they were pretty cutting edge. This next game basically ruled my childhood. My brother and I convinced my grandmother one Christmas that we absolutely could not live without a Sega CD. It had been out for a year, I think, at that point. One of my friends had just gotten it, and I really was impressed with what I saw. We convinced her to get it for us for Christmas, and she did. And right after I got it, I went on a completely crazy spree trying to find as many Sega CD games as I possibly could. I went everywhere looking for games, and one of them I had played at a local Funcoland before I had gotten the system, and I fell in love with it there. But the thing was, when I actually did get the system, they didn't have the game anymore. I had to drive for an hour and a half to a Funcoland in a town I'd never been to. It was south, it was almost in Chicago, to find this game. It was the only Funcoland that had it in stock. Robo Alesta. It is an awesome, awesome vertical shooter where you play as this steampunky robot suit that flies through the air, destroying other steampunky things like flying airships and other robot mech things, giant samurai robots, and it has one of the best soundtracks ever. And I like the music in this game so much that I use it during the transitions of my top 10 list videos. I need to get a Sega CD as soon as possible so I can play this again, so it can hopefully take over my life once more. And now onto the PlayStation, which is a system I am really finding a lot of cool stuff for around town. Some of it's expensive, some of it isn't, but I'm actually being really selective about what I get. I'm basically trying to get the games that I had back in the day. And if I can find something that I did want but never did get back then, that's a bonus. But for right now, I'm trying to regather my old collection. and then I'll spread out from there. Starting off with another game with a long-ass flippin' title. Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, Iron and Blood, Warriors of Ravenloft. Holy shit. It's a Dungeons & Dragons 3D fighting game. It's like trying to be Tekken and Dead or Alive, and it's failing miserably. It doesn't mean it doesn't have its charms. It is kind of like bad, but in a good way. The way those kind of early 3D fighting games were. It's not great, but it's kind of like a guilty pleasure game. Warhammer, Dark Omen. I keep finding Warhammer games everywhere. Die Hard Trilogy 2. Driver, which is a really clunky old game that did not age well, but it has this director's mode that I remember I loved back in the day, and I made some rad fucking car chase scenes in this game that I actually videotaped. Remember VHS? In the arms of the angel. Come on. Tomb Raider 2, which is, in my opinion, the best game in the old school Tomb Raider series. And Colony Wars 3 Red Sun. I had the original Colony Wars game back in the day. I had no idea that there were sequels. It's like a Wing Commander game. Found this at a Savers for $2. Still trying to fill out that Dreamcast collection because, you know, I'm trying to go for a complete collection. So I bought some more games that I normally would never in a million years want to buy if I wasn't trying to go for a complete collection. So Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX, NCAA College Football 2K2, and Sydney 2000. Yay me. Managed to pick up one new GameCube game, WrestleMania 18. PlayStation 2! Transformers! Kaya Dark Lineage, Galarian's Ash, which is a sequel to a PlayStation 1 game. I kept hearing people talk about this on Facebook and some of the groups that I'm in, and I said, what's the big deal? The Legend of Alundar? It's actually pretty cool. Star Wars Jedi Starfighter. Orphan, Scion of Sorcery, Barbarian, and a really cool sequel to a PlayStation RPG, Jade Cocoon 2. Let's go with the original Xbox. Dead or Alive Ultimate, which comes with the original Dead or Alive and Dead or Alive 2. Great graphical upgrade from the PlayStation version of the original, obviously. Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge. Blinks the Time Sweeper. Aliens vs. Predator Extinction. It's like a strategy game with aliens and predators and space marines. Why did I not get this sooner? Another movie tie-in. It's not great, but it's not bad either. The Italian Job. Dark Watch. It's awesome. It's like Blade in the Wild West. Narc. Broken Sword, The Sleeping Dragon. Just Cause. And Serious Sam 2, which is kind of a weird-ass first-person shooter. I've never played the first one. I played this one, and I think you have to have knowledge of the first game to understand what's going on in this one, because it makes no sense to me at all, but it's pretty fun, I guess. Let's do the Wii next, shall we? Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. Got this at GameStop for $1.25. I'd buy your mama for $1.25.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Medal of Honor Vanguard. Sonic and the Secret Rings. Endless Ocean. It's so calming, so soothing, so relaxing. It's very zen. It's kind of boring. Metal Slug Anthology. I love me some Metal Slug. I've been trying to pick this game up ever since I decided to get back into collecting. I hear it's awesome. I hear people talk about it all the time and how great it is. The only problem is it goes for about $80, $90 for some reason, and I can never find a copy of it that's under that price. Then GameStop's got it for $40. Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Gorgeous graphics, really tight play control. I mean, yeah, these games are made for kids, but it appeals to adults in a way too, because the gameplay is just so damn good. It is super fun. Awesome stuff. And it has a 4-player mode. That's rad. I'm still not looking into buying many Xbox 360 games because I haven't picked up a new 360 yet. When I do find some for a good price, I will pick it up, even though I probably won't be able to play them. Warhammer 40K Space Marine. More Warhammer games. This one's actually pretty cool. And one weird-ass game I picked up at a half-price books. It was still in its original shrink wrap, and they're only charging $2 for it. So I said, okay. Rock of the Dead. It uses the guitar controllers that you would normally use for Guitar Hero or Rock Band, and it features the voices of Neil Patrick Harris and Felicia Day. And it's weird, and it's like all Rob Zombie music that you're playing along to, and you're killing zombies and monsters and stuff with the power of rock. It's weird, but it's fun in kind of a guilty pleasure sort of way. I also picked up this really cool PlayStation 3 game that I do believe is connected to the BlazBlue games or BlazBlue games. X-Blaze Code Embryo. I've also really been concentrating on trying to get some more games for my handheld systems that aren't the PSP because I have like a million PSP games and nothing else. Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. Final Fantasy 3, which was the last of the Final Fantasy games to finally get released in North America that had never been released previously from Japan. Pac-Man and Galaga Dimensions, and Epic Mickey Power of Illusion. It's alright. But then there's this. I saw that they had discounted this on Amazon, and I said, I've been wanting that for a long time. I wasn't going to pay full price for it. I ended up getting this premium edition for about the same price that the standard edition goes for, and I said I wasn't going to pass that up, so I jumped on it as soon as I could because I don't think there was that many left in stock. Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth. It's an RPG that combines characters from Persona 3 and 4 from the Shin Megami Tensei series, which I haven't played yet, still trying to beat the first game. But I had to have this for the price that I got it for because I don't think I would have gotten it again because I figured that this premium edition was going to jump up in price pretty soon, like most things by Atlas. But this version comes with not only the game, but a music CD, a 38-page art book, and a set of 11 tarot cards. And this really cool packaging, too. I also got another limited edition game. This one's for the PS Vita. And I do believe it was Pete Dorr get this when it first came out. The name alone made me say that I needed to have it in my life. Also, when I saw what it came with, I said, that is the weirdest freaking thing I have ever seen. Kind of like Catherine comes with like a pillowcase and I think a pair of boxer shorts. Sorcery Saga Curse of the Great Curry God. The hot and spicy everything nicey limited edition. It's a roguelike RPG, which is actually pretty fun, I will admit. I'd also found this heavily discounted on Amazon, so I jumped on it while I could. I wanted to have this game because of the oddities that come with it. Because it's a conversation starter, because I'll have some people over, they're admiring my game collection, they see this box on the shelf and they say, what is that? And I say, oh, that's a PS Vita game. It comes with a plate, a spoon, and a bib. And then they look at me and say, you're stupid for buying that. They'd probably be right. Yeah, I did get another PSP game. Stop judging. Enough with the finger pointing already, okay? Death Jr. 2, Root of Evil. I had the first one. I said, I'll get the second one because the first one was pretty fun. This next game is part of a series, and I've been trying to get the original game, but lately I've noticed that the price has gone upwards of what the original retail price was, and I'm not down with that. But this new one came out in this limited edition packaging that I thought looked rad as hell. Onechanbara Z2 Chaos. This is a crazy-ass game that has Japan smeared all over it. Sexy vampire chicks wearing cowboy hats with samurai swords. It's like Vampire Bayonetta. And this is the Banana Split limited edition. Comes with an art book, a soundtrack CD, and a couple of download codes for some costumes. It takes a certain kind of person to play this game and not have, like, a crazy conniption seizure fit, but I think I'm one of them. How about the stuff I ended up getting at GenCon? If you follow my Instagram or my Facebook page, you'll probably know what these are. I was so freaking shocked to find this stuff there. So I'll tell you what's up. GenCon is all about like board games and card games and tabletop gaming and all that kind of stuff. Not really video games. The first year that I went was in, I do believe, 2009 or 2010. And they did have video game stuff at first. I remember like Dante's Inferno, they had like a big display where you can walk inside and the walls were made of the 7 deadly sins and it was cool as hell. And they had Dragon's Age before the first Dragon's Age game came out, which means I think that was around 2009. You could watch one of the developers making the environments. You would watch them on a big screen and they were actually making the world. It was really impressive. But in the following years, like video games just kind of got pushed off to the side. Now they kind of have like a video gaming competition area where you can go in and play like the new Halo games or some fighting games. I know they had Mortal Kombat X this year, and they're playing Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U and stuff like that. But I wasn't really into that. But there was one area of Gen Con that I had never previously been to, even though I've been going for years and years, and that is the auction area. And they auction off weird stuff, mostly board games and card games and whatnot, and mostly tabletop stuff. And they also have a store attached to the auction. The people that want to auction off their stuff or sell their stuff, they show up on Wednesday, the day before the con starts, turn in their stuff. They can either have it put into the auction, and if nobody buys it at the auction, it goes into this store that's right in the same room off to the side. or they can just have it go directly into the store. I made an effort to go into the store every day, first thing in the morning, to see what had just been put out the night before. On Thursday, that was the first thing I did. You know, the cons from Thursday to Sunday. Thursday morning, I woke up, went straight to the convention center, went right into the auction room, and I'm looking around, and I'm seeing lots of board games, obviously toys. I'm seeing, you know, card games and, you know, lots of terrain for tabletop gaming, lots of books, tons of books. And I'm kind of like, yeah, I didn't expect to find any video game stuff here, you know, whatever. But right by where you check out, there was this row. I saw a bunch of DVDs, and then I saw a box that had like some cartridgey looking thing sticking out of it. Look, there's a huge box of Atari 2600 games, and I kind of rifled through it. I'm like, eh. And then I start looking around that and realize I am in the video game section. There's stacks of PlayStation 2 games, PlayStation 3 games, a couple of Sega CD games. They had a lot of stuff. Some of it was overpriced. Some of it was for the condition it was in. I wasn't willing to pay the money. But once I realized that all the video game stuff that was around me, I kind of lost my mind a little bit. I had to reel myself in. I was like, don't spend all your money in one day, Chris. That wouldn't be good. You don't want to starve. There's a lot of good food in Indianapolis. So I picked 4 games on my first day. Mega Man X7, Shining Force Neo, Shining Tears, and the limited edition of Sakura Wars So Long My Love. And it is completely complete. It comes with every single thing. It comes with the voiceover disc, the pamphlet art book, and the poster. It's all here. And the cool thing is, the game itself has never been opened. So for the first day of the GenCon auction store, I was pretty stoked. I was like, yes, I found some really cool stuff. I don't think I'm going to find anything else. There was still some stuff there I was interested in buying, but I was like, yeah, I don't want to blow all my money at one shot. You know, I'll come back tomorrow and see what I can find. Well, I came back the next day, and goddamn. I went in there not once, but twice that day, because like I said, as auctions are not selling, things are getting thrown into the store, and, you know, the inventory is just constantly changing. So I went in there first thing on Friday morning. I found some really cool stuff that was not there the day before. Star Wars, complete in box for the Nintendo. I've been looking for this for a while now, and I could never find it for a good price. I got this for $20. The Last Starfighter for the Nintendo, complete in box. Yeah, it's a Mindscape game.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I also found a complete in-box Pac-Man for the Atari 2600. Old school in the house. And another Sega CD game that is right out of my childhood, Dark Wizard. But then the friends that I was with at GenCon wanted to go and check out the auction store later on in the day, and I said, yeah, I'll go back in. I don't expect to find anything else, but some stuff did pop up. I found these there for about $3 each, and I said, I am not passing these up. Motorstorm, Dead Rising 2, Rage Anarchy Edition, which I did have before. I got rid of it because ran out of room on my PlayStation's hard drive. Couldn't really play it, so I said, bye. But for $3, I'm going to be getting another PlayStation 3 soon that has a bigger hard drive, so I'll be able to play this again. And I did like what I played. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was fun as hell. It's just, it's like Mad Max on steroids. Call of Duty World at War, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and the best of the bunch, Breath of Fire 4. But I couldn't stop there. On Sunday, I had like a good 2-hour block where I didn't have anything to do. My friends went and demoed a board game, and I was left by myself. So I've been wandering around the dealer's area for hours over the past 3 days. I'd seen everything there was to see. I was going to go into the video game area and watch some competitions, but you had to pay to get in, which I thought was stupid. So I decided to go into this mall that's attached to the convention center, and then I saw that there was a GameStop. And of course I went in and spent some money. But I did get some cool stuff. White Knight Chronicles 2, which actually comes with the remastered version of the first game, which is kind of awesome. Ragnarok Odyssey Ace. But I've been trying to get all these weird Japanese RPGs that are available for the PS3 because a lot of them are really unique and different and really fun. And then I took a look at their Vita section and I said, hey, there's a couple of cool Vita games in there I don't own and I've been wanting to get them, and now's the chance because they were like $5 each. So I said, I'll do it. Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. It's pretty fun. Get to play as Wreck-It Ralph. And Resistance Burning Skies, which is another game in the Resistance series that I love, so I wasn't going to pass this up. Technically, I did not get this next game at GenCon. I bought it because of something that happened at GenCon. Okay? So, those 2 Nintendo games I got at the store, Last Starfighter and the Star Wars. I buy all those games at the store. My friends and I go to the mall to eat dinner. We're at the Johnny Rockets, and I say, I'm going to start checking out the games that I bought, make sure that they're actually really complete. So, I open up the Last Starfighter game. And yeah, it's complete, but there was a little something extra inside. And that was an instruction book to a completely different game on top of the one for The Last Starfighter. And I was like, what? Okay, I got a little bonus. Maybe I should buy the game so I can make it complete. Went back to my hotel that night, looked it up. I found a version of the game that was complete except for the manual. Karate Kid for the Nintendo. I remember it not being so bad. I haven't played it yet. Kind of afraid to. And then these final 2 items. Some of you might know that the raffle group on Facebook that I had won all those other games, Mega Man X Trilogy, Battletoads, it was called Trade Sell Collect Retro and New Video Games and Toys, or T-Scran Vigat, stupid ass name, whatever. I won 2 really big items there, like in a row. Right after that, the group kind of imploded. I had my run with it, I'm done. But the last 2 things I won from the raffle group before it went kaboom were pretty significant. The first one was a Nintendo game that I just kind of bought a couple tickets of on a lark. Felix the Cat. Why is this game so expensive? I do believe it came out later in the Nintendo's lifespan, but it is like a standard platformer. And it's not as great as Bucky O'Hare is, and that game is worth the price that it's asking for. It's okay, it's just a standard platforming game that happens to feature an old cartoony cat. But it goes for about $150 on eBay complete, so I got this for $6. $6. 6 whole dollars. 6 slim dollars. I'll take it. And then there's this monstrosity. So, I've been trying to get a copy of this for the longest time. Kept losing the raffles. They've had multiple raffles for complete versions of this game. I've been wanting it forever. I had many opportunities to buy it when I was younger, when this game was not super expensive and was going for about $5. They couldn't give them away fast enough at certain game stores. But all of a sudden, it just turned into this epic game that everyone had to have a copy of, and now it goes for about $800 complete. I don't have $800 lying around, do you? Nope. The raffle goes up. Tickets are $3 each. I bought 5. Earthbound. Complete. Completely complete. Game, insert, big-ass manual, scratch and sniff cards. It's in here. So happy. And this will be the last thing I ever get from that group, because it is now kablooey. And I've been playing this game, and I don't know if it's worth $800. It's actually really fun. Really strange RPG. Did a lot of different things. Genius. Oh, Earthbound, where have you been all my life? And that is it for this pickup video. God damn! For someone who said they weren't going to be buying any games, that's a lot of shit. But then I wouldn't have had this epic pickup video, would I? Logic. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all the subscribers that I have, everyone that comments on each video, the thumbs ups that I get. I am super appreciative. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So, thank you very much. So, for those of you who are new to the channel, please subscribe. Be a lemming. Just click it like everyone else has. You won't regret it. Please share the video on all the social media sites that you can. There are so many out there right now. I mean, can you pin this on Pinterest? Because I don't know if I can. What is Pinterest? If you like what you see, give the video a thumbs up. That way I know that you are enjoying yourself. I'm doing something right. You like it. I'll keep doing it like that then. And please feel free to comment on anything you would like in the area below. What games did you think were awesome pickups outside of Earthbound? Which one were you like, why did you buy that flaming piece of shit? What games do you think I need to pick up? Which ones do you think I need to review in this stack of awesome? I want to know. Because your voice matters. So until next time, I am Chris, the old-ass retro gamer, signing off. I hate you, train. I hate you with every fiber of my motherfucking being. Seriously, what the fuck? What, did like a house explode? This is what I get for living on a major street. Seriously, this has been going on for a half an hour. What is he, like, parked over there and just letting it go?